Peace, Dr. She in the house. Today we want to just say a few words about mythology. Mythology is useful for raising children, for building a national structure. So you have these myths that you use about things we do, our advances, our victories, our defeats. This all builds up. It can be history, but it's said almost in mythological superhero type terms. All right, the same thing with the children. Children need mythology to understand certain principles you're trying to teach them. That's what Aesop's fables were for. All right, but mythology is not going to advance you scientifically, to say, use that term, or in actuality, it's not going to advance you, because eventually mythology runs up against that hard wall of truth and evidence and shit like that, and it's going to fall short. So as an adult, you have to understand when the mythology ends and when reality got to kick in, and you got to understand what's actually happening. All right, we can't deal with the mythology of the body anymore, of the mythology of pH, the mythology of mucus, the mythology of breatharianness, the mythology of healing. Eventually, we have to look at the body and see, is what we're talking about actually happening inside of the body? All right. Is this actually happening, or are we just talking about it like we think it's happening because somebody told us, and somebody told us, and somebody told us? I'm telling the cat that mucus ain't the cause of disease. He sent me a whole list of things that are mucologist to help fight mucus. Like, you can't send me a whole list of herbs that licorice root and slippery elm. These are slippery things. These use mucus to fight mucus. You trying to say using mucus to fight mucus? No, you're not. All right. You use those herbs because there's not enough mucus, that the cellular walls are drying out. You're dehydrated. That's why you need a mucilage like slippery elm or I can't remember the last one I just said. Licorice root. All right. You need those in an absence of mucus, not when you got mucus. When you got mucus congestion, you don't need that. All right. If you got mucus congestion, you want things that break up mucus. You want like a cayenne. You want ginger. You want things that can break up things. All right. What's that herb? I can't remember the top of my head. Anyway, but like I said, that's when mythology meets truth. And mythology is not going to get past the wall of truth. That's the point I'm trying to make. If you're going to grow up, you got to grow up and start dealing with some truth, some actual facts. Because that's what's going to help you out. Especially when it comes to this health thing. You got to understand a little anatomy and a little physiology. All right, you got to understand that you don't eat iron and get iron. Not like that. Else I can just go give me an iron rod and eat it, right? And get iron. No, it don't work like that. All right, everything that goes in the body must be converted. So the iron is converted into this plant cell, into a bioavailable form, and eaten by the plant, eaten by you. That in turn requires you necessary nutrition to stimulate the development of your iron inside of your body. Boom. There's very few things that the body cannot produce for itself if given the right materials, the food. All right. So like I said, we're going to break through mythology. Mythology is going to be destroyed. We're going to start dealing with these actual facts. That's what's going to happen. Because it's turning into religion. You guys is religious health nuts. That's all you are. You're not into science. You're not into anatomy, physiology, microbiology. Not that you got to sit around studying these things, but it's just you have to understand some of these principles so you're not talking crazy. All right. Like you don't know alkalosis is a disease just as well as acidosis. So you can't be too alkaline nor acid. Sorry, because when you go over one extreme to the other extreme, you lose potential to absorb this nutrient, use potential to absorb that nutrient. This chemical function don't work right. This chemical function don't work. See? Balance. So You're going to stamp out this mythology. Dr. She out. Peace.